Hey guys, Chris here again for Project Nerf. Today we're going to show you how to do a drop cylinder mod on a Hammershot. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to do this drop cylinder mod on the Hammershot so we can speed reload it. Now I've already taken the screws out, so I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up and get the cylinder out. The rest of it you can set aside for right now. Alright, the pretext of this mod, we're going to pull the rod out and we're going to remove the mechanism here that allows it to turn, and then build a hexagonal shaped piece to put on the end of it to fit into the cylinder, and we're going to use a couple of magnets so that we can just pull the whole cylinder off and put it back on really quickly. So if you've got a couple of them, you can really speed reload your Hammershot. That's where we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and get this rod out, start doing those mods with the Dremel, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so we've got our cylinder out, and the first thing to notice is the turning mechanism here, where it sets into the back of the cylinder. Okay, I just drew a line because we're going to cut this off right here at my pencil line. Doesn't have to be real pretty. Okay, and then I just roughly drew on our hex shape. It's not a true hex. Hex has 6 sides. Okay, but you notice that there's a point at each dart post. So the idea is, when we build this shape on the end of the rod with our magnets to hold it on there, that when this rotates around to the primed position, okay, that this point is facing straight up, which is the discharge position for the Hammershot. So we're going to Dremel this out, cut this off, start building our hex piece, and I'll get back to you. As you can see, we've got this hex done, and hopefully that shows up good on the camera for you. Alright, and we've got our magnet installed. We only put one magnet in it, and it's screwed on, and then we put a bead of glue on the outside of it too, just to make sure that it holds in place. So when we get our Hammershot body here, and we install this, and hopefully you'll be able to see it, as we prime, those points should point up. See? And that's how we're going to make sure that our timing on our cylinder is right. Okay, we've taken these two cylinders, okay, and we have cored them out. See, I've got the little piece right here. This piece was in there, and we cut it out, and we made this much bigger than we need it to be. Okay, now it kind of looks like a hex shape, but as you see, the points are in the wrong spot. The reason it's big like this is we're going to pack this with epoxy putty and then fit it onto the piece that we made for the rotation mech that's already in the blaster. So let me get some gloves on, mix up some epoxy putty, and I'll show you where we're at. We've taken 2 more magnets, so that makes 3 total, and we've already stuck them on here. We've got our epoxy putty mixed up and packed in there, and we're just going to take this cylinder and drop it on with the dart post facing up. So go ahead and let the body of everything line it up for you and shove it on in there, just like that. Okay, now the blaster is in a primed position so that the rotational mechanism is locked out. It won't turn. Okay, so we can go ahead and fire it. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to give this a bit of a waggle here in just a minute, but we're going to let that epoxy putty start to set up. Okay, and what that's going to do is going to create us a nice impression for our receiver that we made. Or rather, it's creating an impression that is going to be the receiver for the piece that we made for the rotational mech, and give us the correct impression to epoxy our magnets in here as well. So we're going to let this set up, and I'll show you where we're at when we're finished. Okay, you can see we've made our receiver here, and we've got our magnets in there. So we've got the blaster over here, we've got it loaded up. So let's give it a go here. And that, folks, is how we do that. Guys, this has been Chris for Project Nerf. Thanks for watching, and have a blast.